Okay guys, another quick one that we're going to show you. We're going to do Tamiya this time. Now, this is this is their standard Panzer IV. So it's been around for a while, but they've added some figures to it. This is the DAC crew for it. If you know the kit, you're pretty well much on top of what the kit's going to be like. So just give you an idea that it's just come in. It is in stock, 1/35 scale, obviously. The other big one that everybody's been waiting for from Tamiya is the new 1/48 scale F4 Phantom B. Now, hasn't been done very often. Hasegawa did it a couple of times, but then they converted it to ends and all sorts of things. This is the first pure B model. So this is the first time I've had a good look at it. So let's have a look. So there you go. What have I got on the side there? Looks all right. So first up, what do we got? So this is undercarriage. This is wings, full lower piece wing, well, obviously without the fins. Two sections in there, a few bits and pieces. This is all looks like mechanisms and stuff like that. Doors and mechanisms again. So it looks right. But the detail looks really, really good. Very fine. What you'd expect from Tamiya these days. A lot of people say that they're getting expensive, but then you're paying for the engineering of this kit, so that it's easy to build. It's straightforward. You don't have any great dramas to do it. It's got the right wings, so it's got the flat wings and not the bold wings of the later versions. So it's all there. Looks good. So that looks all right. What else have we got? Couple of sprues. This is your drop tanks, add-on parts. Looks like engine detail parts. This is part of the rear engine. That's also part of the engines. You've got a couple of fins there. This looks like wingtip fins, things like that. And this looks like another set there. Well, that might be. Yeah, that's wing. That's the outer wing panels. So that's quite good. All very nice. Looks like it's a double sprue, so that they can just do the same pieces over and over again, because that there is the same as that there type of thing. So you're going to end up with a few extra parts. Oh, that's the seat. The grab handles, very finely done grab handles. This is all still part of seats and things like that. So that's how you're going to get the two seats from it and things like that. So that's pretty cool. That looks all good. We've got, this is part of the tail fin. There's the hook. What else we got? Looks like there's different pieces that they're going to come out over the years with different bits and pieces. Oh, that's the cockpit. Have a look at that. This is all part of the cockpit parts. The detail on there is just superb. So people would love to have little paint jobs and everything. This is all. This is the underbody. It's all the vents and that for the bits and pieces there. This is really nice. That's a nice cockpit setup. That's the cockpit front. That's really nice. So there's some good stuff in that. What have we got here? This is more of the tailpipes, so that's the trunks for it. Not sure what they are. Oh, I'd say they're part of the wing. Oh, they're part of the wing fold mechanism. That's for it to be flat. That's for it to be raised. Have a look at the detail in there. So they've really thought about having it all set up that way. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. It certainly looks like it, which means you don't have to construct the wing fold. It's all pre-molded. Hey, that's pretty cool. Tail fins. That's your main tail fins there. Looks like there's other bits and pieces that you can put into there. So I think Tamiya's looking towards the future as well, by some of the parts in that have got add-in parts and things like that. So I'd say that we will see other versions. I wouldn't be surprised if they do an EJ at some stage shortly, because Japan's just over the last few years got rid of all their Phantoms. So I think they did an anniversary scheme, so probably do it. This is, my goodness, this is the undercarriage bay. Look at all that. Look at all the detail in there. Even down to wiring and all sorts of things. So that's really well done. Looks like you've got to build the bays in some form or other. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's really nice. If you love washing and putting all things everywhere, you're going to love this. But then this is Tamiya. They've really gone to town on it. Now, this is the fuselages. Interesting. That's one fuselage half, and that's almost complete. You've got to put the nose cap on and obviously all the other bits and pieces. So that's that. Very fine detail. The spine, looks like the spine is separate, so you're going to have different spines, so that's the future. But the other side of the fuselage half, it only goes 3/4 the way, and then it's got a separate nose section. So, as I said, this is, I think to me, is really planning ahead for other versions, because it's the only other reason I think of that is there's going to be another part that they're going to have for different front ends and things like that. But why you wouldn't do it on both front ends, I don't know. Obviously, they've got a version, well, this might be for the gun version or something or other, I'm not sure. But very interesting. Very interesting. What else have we got here? Okay. Wow. This is part of the clear parts. But talk about not having any sprues that's going to waste thing. These look really, really nice. This is the canopy part. So these are two separate open canopy parts. That's the frame that goes in the middle between the two, and that's the front end. And it actually extends beyond the canopy, so you're not going to have to worry about trying to get the canopy to fit in properly or anything else. It's more, you can clean up around the frame or bodywork rather than around the frame. So really, really crystal clear. But I just, wow, okay. So you're going to have a lot of sprue if you want to stretch clear sprue playing around with that. What else have we got here? This appears, oh, there's your undercarriage. There's your undercarriage legs. Again, very, very well detailed. Lots of pieces on it. In fact, there's a lot of pieces on it that in some other model companies, they give you all these separate and you've got to glue them all on. So this is a much better way of doing it as far as I'm concerned. So even down to sway braces for the weapons or the fuel tanks or whatever it is that you want to put on. This is all really nice. That's pylons of some sort, so are they. So that's cool. What have we got here? This is all your cockpit parts. This is more cockpit parts and intakes. So that's the intakes there. That's your cockpit tub. And it looks like appear to be a lot of parts you've got to add to it. This is the floor, I think, for the front undercarriage bay. Oh, there's your two outer intake parts. There's lots and lots of bits. So if you, as I said, if this is a kit that, and you like weathering and you like putting washers through, this is going to be, you're going to really enjoy this kit. So yeah, pretty cool. Weapons. This is one I've been waiting to see how much they'd actually give you. So they have given you a fair bit. So there's two sprues there. So there's sidewinders and there's sparrows. Sidewinders and sparrows, which is fine. All the fins and things like that. After seeing the mini base kit and what they've done with the weapons, I thought maybe Tamiya might head that way to give you the complete weapon, because this one you still got to line up fins and there's lots of little fins and that to do. So that to me is like, with all the other things they've done here, I would have thought they might have come up with a better way of doing that. But anyway, what have we got here? Now these parts I think relate to the B only, because that's a set of stabilators which is different again to the ones that are in the kit. So obviously they've got plans to do another version. This is a slightly different rear end. They appear to be some sort of slat or something or other. That's the nose cone. So this is a separate sprue. So whether this is the sprue they change to do different versions, that'll be interesting to see. They do give you a one-piece canopy. So there's that. And this is all your other little bits and pieces for lights and head-up displays or all that sort of stuff. So that's handy having the extra canopy, so that's good. What else have we got in here? This is your decal sheet. I won't open this up because this is actually a kit we sell. So Unfortunately, I can't open it right up, but that's a big decal sheet, and there's another decal sheet. I'd suggest that this one that we've got face down is the one for all the stenciling and everything else, because Phantoms were extensively stenciled. So I wouldn't think that Tamiya would skimp on doing all that. Oh, and there's their mask system. This is a system, you actually have to cut it out. So they've given you a mask, but you've actually got to cut it out from the sheet to attach it, which is fine. It's a great way of doing it. I'll probably wait and see what the Edwards of the world and all those sort of do come out with it, and see what's that. I find that having to cut this out is time consuming as well, but it does give you the right shape, so that'll be all right. And then last but not least is your instruction book. Actually, I can open this one because it's sticky taped down. So what have we got in it? Usual hints and tips. Oh wow, have a look at this. This is your colour guide. Whoops. Yeah, as I said, lots and lots of stencils are going to be in there, so that's pretty cool. It's almost like it's 48 scale colour guide. That's pretty good. There's that one. Oops. That's like folding up a map. And this is for the other two, I think, because there's three choices of schemes in there. So there's that one. And one of my favourites, which you generally find in every Phantom kit that ever comes out, is that one, VF51. So that's pretty cool. Instructions are here. Usual Tamiya, what you'd expect from Tamiya. All the usual stories. As I said, there's a lot of bits and pieces they talk about that you need to cut off, leave off. So usual colour call outs are in Tamiya. There's a lot of detail. This is going to be a fun kit. And you're going to end up with probably what I'd suspect is one of the ultimate Phantoms, if you ever want to do one. Oh, when I was talking about before, that wing fault, that is correct. So you can have it up or down. So, I mean, they've already moulded already for you. And there's just little bits and pieces you add to it. So that's pretty cool. That's quite nice. So there's that. Yeah. Interestingly, you don't do the seats in that until part 54. And then you put the seats and the crew in if you're going to do the crewies. If not, away you go. So you don't start with the cockpit, which is unusual, yeah, it's more front end parts and things like that. So there is a bit of the work on the tub, but doing the seats and all that doesn't come till pretty close to the end of the build. So there's all you do up your canopies and things like that, canopy rails. So it's pretty cool. So you're going to have a lot to do. It's one of those kits that I think, as I said, been saying, if you really like detail and you want to weather it up to your heart's content, you're going to have fun with this kit. General modelers that just want to build it will just do all the basics, paint up the things like that. So it's a good kit for everybody. And as I said, if you want to really, or one of the ultimate F4 Phantoms, the B model, then definitely this would be the kit to do. So have a great day. Talk to you soon. And have fun. See you later.